What's up, y'all? I'm just going to give y'all a few minutes to come in. As you guys are coming in, please don't forget to like this video, comment to engage in this video, and let's keep this cordial. Give you guys a few minutes as I wait for you folks to get on in before I start on this topic. All right. This is my testing. I'm doing the sound check to see if everything sounds good to y'all. My testing. All right, cool. So far so good. He's got a. All right, there we go. Okay. All right. Gosh dang, why my thing is acting silly? Can we not get that acting silly? Of course. There we go. All right. As you guys are coming in, don't forget to like this video, all right? What is going on, y'all? This is Nate here in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. We're going to talk about a couple of things as you guys are coming in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'm just going to give you guys like a few minutes to trickle on in before we start on the topic. Even chat. Mm, yeah, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, okay. That's what's up. I think I lost. What's that? You know, lost. Analytics is acting still in checking analytics as I get this together. Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Did I just lose a sub or what? Oh, okay. I think this is all a growth thing. All right, that's what's up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys, we're going to talk about this topic. Yeah, this topic that needs to be said. Gonna be out 10 more minutes before I start with this live stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to talk about this topic. Wow. Okay. All right. Making sure everything is right. Mm. Probably can get rid of. Yeah, we don't get rid of that. All right. Mm, what's today? It's Wednesday. Wednesday, June 7th, nighttime. Let's see, Wednesday. Oh, okay, so it might be a little too late for some. All right, well, it might be late for some of you guys, and it's okay. Um, Yo, SM, what's going on, bro? What is going on? Yeah, I'm gonna do my weather checks. I'm just giving the audience 8 minutes to roll up in before we get on with the topic. Or yeah, I'm gonna give the audience a few minutes before I roll up in this topic. Um, it's a funny story though that I have to share. Getting on with everything. Okay. All right. Okay. This is a little. Can we see? Can we get this centered a little bit better? I'd like to lock this, but this thing is. There you go. Now don't move from that spot. Got my light. Cool. Awesome. All right. We're getting there. We are getting there. I'm looking at the comments. SM is in the chat. Okay. Cool. All right. All right. All right. Wait, let me make sure I have this here in the chat. Please don't forget to like this video. And we're going to pin that right there. Okay. Let's get it. Don't forget to like this video. All right, we're going to pin that message. There we go. Cool. Why is it still doing this thing? Uh, yeah, I think we're good. As long as it doesn't keep on moving, we should be fine. All right, well, I think, okay, give you guys just another minute or two. Yeah, guys, I hope everybody is all right. I've been hearing some stuff about New York. I think it's because I'm shaking the table while it keeps moving. Sheesh. And that's messing up with my lighting too. I mean, hey man, my setup is a little bit. Come on, set up. There you go. Struggle streaming, man. I am struggle streaming. All right, cool. I think I think we're good. Let me move over a little bit at least so I can get in the field view. And it keeps on moving. There we go. Struggle streaming. Sheesh. All right, what's going on, y'all? For those who don't know who I am Nate from Nate in Your State. Other people call me Nate the Great. Whatever you think is cool, Nate in Your State, Nate the Great. Either alias is pretty cool with me, all right? I'm a food and travel content creator. Yes, we are traveling. We have a lot of food. We are in Jamaica. I have myself a beef patty here. I had a whatchamacallit, a jerk. No, I had a curry goat patty earlier. That thing was slamming. Never had a curry goat patty, mind you. Never had a curry goat patty. But I have officially now sampled every curry goat. I'm bugging. I officially sampled every type of patty from all the major Jamaican outlets. So it would be your Tasties, your Juicies, your Mothers, and then finally Devon's. And I'll definitely either do a live stream or a video talking about which patty I think is the best and which one do I recommend for y'all. But yeah. So right now, let's just do a weather check, right? Because I know SM is in the chat, and I normally now start to adopt this idea of giving you guys like a weather location update because I think it's pretty cool. So here, Kingston, Jamaica. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, June 7th. Current weather right now is 80 degrees. Nighttime here. It is about to be 10 p.m. Jamaica time, not Eastern Standard Time. For those back in New York, it's 1 hour ahead. And our here with the situation happening in New York, I hope all my fellow New Yorkers is I hope you guys are able to find some type of quality air if you can get somewhere else. Philadelphia, I heard you guys are having it too. I wish you guys all the best and Godspeed in that situation, right? Nobody deserves to be in all that smog and smoke. So now, here's another thing, man. I like myself some bigger. Here you go in Jamaica, and it's great too. If you really wanted to be a funny person, you would replace this beat with something else, right? Replace the beat with something else, and it's great drink. And I'm a black person, and you joke. But yeah, so this topic on safety here in Jamaica, right? And for those that are tuning in here, Jamaica, back at home in the United States or across the globe, thank you so much for dedicating your time to come into my live stream because you can be doing anything else. You know what I'm saying? You guys could be doing anything else. You chose to come here. Thank you so much. But don't forget, here's some ground rules. As you come into the live stream, don't forget to like this video. I know a lot of people just tend to forget or be a little reluctant, like, why should I give this to you? Come on, bro. It's free. That's the least that you can do. I'm trying to blow up here on YouTube. It's been a long time coming. I don't deserve your like, but if you really do find this video informative or appreciate this video, I really would appreciate if you like this video, comment or share with somebody else that you believe can find some value out of this video. Now, the topic of is Jamaica safe? Well, it depends. Um, this topic sprung forth based off of a series of events that happened. First few days of me arriving here in Kingston, and I have a whole series of Jamaica that's coming out throughout the week. And this at the moment is it made me think, you know what, is Jamaica safe? Shout out to Razor Rays. I was talking to him. He said I should definitely just go live and not really think about it. Shout out to Razor Rays. Shout out to SM, who is a known a known subscriber, contributor that always bigs me up. I appreciate you. And anybody else watching and on the replay, thank you so much for coming and watching. And is Jamaica safe, right? Like I said earlier, it really depends on where you go, what, which parishes that you go, how are you moving around the country, or where you even going now, right? Shout out to Sunday Night Smoke. Salute. That's another one of my brothers that be supporting the channel. So shout out to Sunday Night Smoke. And y'all should definitely check out his channel as well. So now, the reason why this comes forth is I had a very interesting Airbnb experience, right? Oh, sweat. Before we go into story time, I'm just going to keep milking it. Yo, so it really depends on where you go. It really does depend on where you go. Um, I don't have much history off the top of the head, so this is going to be personal experience. And from what I remember, starting off in like Montego Bay, Mobay, um, there are some areas that I was told to avoid, mainly in Mobay. Avoid downtown Mobay because they said it's a little rough in those streets. And I started my vlogs around central to downtown Montego Bay. And it just so happened I met a Jamaican brother that was able to escort me through through around, you know what I'm saying? Because it gets, for some people don't know, it gets a little, for me, by myself, not really too familiar, it gets a little intimidating when you have the camera and you have people scowling at you, right? Back in the days, for those who don't know, Jamaicans were said to be, before Thailand took this, Jamaicans were said to be the happiest people on the planet. Like from Bob Marley days, it had that title of the happiest people amongst the world. Like you couldn't go wrong with messing with a Jamaican. Nowadays, man, yo, man, it be comedy hearing a Jamaican cuss you out though, but it's serious though, because you know that at any moment a Jamaican can cuss you out. That also can say that the temperament of the Jamaicans can really be. You don't know if they're gonna go from 0 to 100 real fast, right? So now things can really change and escalate depending on how you're dealing with certain of the Jamaicans here. So you know, you gotta be courteous and nice to these people, especially if you're a foreigner up into visiting them, in the land. You gotta be real respectful, right? I do have Jamaican blood, but come on, the last time I was here was like nearly a decade ago. As I said in my first video, and um, it's a lot of places is foreign because I really haven't ventured out do the solo travel. And thanks to the Colombia trips, I've had, the EXP, the experience to go about with some confidence on how to move about. And normally the way how I navigate about, certain neighborhoods, mind you, is I have to do a loop around, have to see if it's even worth doing a video on a location. Is it even safe? Check to see who's checking out for me and see if it's cool. I normally do that. Get a quick look around, walk around a little bit. All right, cool. I can pull out a camera. I can start recording. And yeah, I think I'll be good to go moving forward from that point. But yeah, I've gotten some word that, look, when it comes to Montego Bay, be careful on certain areas, right? I said earlier, I happened to got lucky and I met the junior, as you seen. He was actually took me around, saying, "Yo, man, don't worry too much, man." But in the process of me recording, he was reassuring the other Jamaicans, "Yo, it's my bedroom, then," and then people didn't really like, "Oh, what are you recording me?" type of thing, right? So now, when I get to other parishes, like let's move along. I know, gotta get the story moving along. But when you get to other parishes, some of them are a little apprehensive to be on camera, and a lot of them, like, they talk about their own safety experience, that they themselves, if it's the locals, that they themselves have people that they're trying to avoid. So now, in the back of your head or back of my head, I'm thinking, what if one of these, supposed like people that's giving them an issue happens to come across this video and they don't want to be recorded, right? So now I'm doing a lot of editing, right? So this is a reason why now I'm doing a live stream in here instead of out there in the field, which will be good because if I'm by myself and launch it and I don't really have people's approval, things can actually go a little sour without me having to edit them. So yeah, in Jamaica, a lot of them cover the face. A lot of them don't want to be in. Either they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing, or they're really trying to, keep themselves safe and hide from someone that's supposedly looking for them. And my video might be the video that, may catch wind in the rest of the community that watches YouTube. So it really depends on where you go. Like there are some parishes that I familiar with that, depending on like the tourism and all of that, you will be fine. Like in Montego Bay, if you stay in the resorts, and then you really don't venture off into the local scene, and you stay where you have to stay and go to the beach, pop the volleyballs at the other side every now and then. I'm wondering why this is. I might pop the volleyballs over the corner every now and then, and just stay in your resort. You'll be all right. But as a solo traveler, or especially, I know some women feel a little bit insecure about this. I'll get to most of the topics. But as a solo traveler, you really got to be on your P's and Q's because you're not too sure who's going to probably take advantage of you, right? That usually goes in the back of my head, like, can you really trust certain individuals? Which is why it was cool for me to meet Junior. I wasn't too sure too, even though I'm recording and he's cool with it. I'm still like in the back of my head, like, this is a gentleman I'm just now meeting. You know what I'm saying? Anything could go left if I'm not expecting, but I'm like, yo, this is probably good content. What's my strategy to exit out of the situation if, something happens to go left? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm recording along the way. But he just, God's grace is he just happened to be a real, like, a well-fine fellow in terms of, like, escorting me throughout Montego Bay. Other areas, Montego Bay, Negril, which is known for, like, heavy tourism, you'll be fine there. And if you go to, like, a Portland, their resorts area, you'll be fine there. Ocho Rios, the resorts area, you'll be fine there. Needless to say, it's shaking. Needless to say, if you're at the resorts area, you will be fine, right? But because now the increase of like inflation and now 2020 happened, the situation, the thing that cannot be named, that situation happened, which hurt the economy even more. And a lot of people are more hungry here. You really have to start to think like, is it really worth being out on the field like that without escorts? So now this brings me into like Kingston, right? Like in my travels, I haven't really felt a threat of like, I haven't really felt in danger of like my life or anything of that sort. Maybe I might be a little oblivious, but I like to feel a neighborhood before I get into and start to record. Oh man, here we go. Story time, y'all. Story time. We're 23 minutes in. I might as well start dropping some information, right? 23 minutes in. We just started talking 10 minutes ago. Might as well just get into the juicy bits now, all right? So yeah, we in Kingston, right? It is the capital of Jamaica and the biggest city of the entire island of Jamaica. And with big cities come possibly big problems too. I might say it's the weather that does it, or I'm not sure if it has something to do on the political aspect. I'm not going to touch that here because I'm still in the country, so I'm not going to mention that at all. But yeah, people are hungry on the streets, man. And sometimes, hunger makes people do things that they don't want. That is, they shouldn't, like, in the other aspect, it's frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? So I know I've been hearing from a lot of drivers that's been chauffeuring me around and saying that, oh yeah, man, first things first now in terms of safety, right? You got to be careful when you're on these streets. not in terms of other people walking around doing something to you, but the vehicles they're behind. That is the number one safety thing that I would say if you're not careful, you will get got because some Jamaicans ain't gonna stop when you're on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like some people will give you the right of way, but no right of way, from what I noticed, doesn't exist. So you either have to take a chance. If you're trying to get to the other side of the road, you either got to take a chance and run across, or what you're going to have to do is just either still wait your turn and possibly some person is going to be nice to let you cross. So the roads are kind of dangerous when it comes to crossing. This is Jamaica wide, right? They drive very fast. If you're not careful, you will get got. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you should be relatively fine when walking the road. Just you gotta keep your eyes peeled and P's and Q's when these guys are driving back and forth. Now, on top of that, let's say you're here in Kingston as well. If you're not careful and you're like unaware and you're on your phone, pickpocketers and people on their motorcycles, as Razor say, beware of the motos. These guys on the motorcycles can snatch your stuff out your hand. Like if the window's open, they can snatch your stuff out your hand, snatch your phone, snatch your purse. I've been hearing stories from drivers, chauffeurs telling me about these stories. Like, yeah, the motor drivers are like, you know, they're getting a lot more desperate. It's something that's been on the uptick here in Kingston, right? Um, if you notice, for those that come here in Jamaica, right, there is a lot of homes that have gated windows, gated doors. A lot of things is gated because, yeah, dudes like to come in and thief in the night. You know what I'm saying? A situation happened when I was in Mandeville. Is somebody that I knew caught somebody trying to go into the lady's yard, and then he gave him some boxing. You know what I'm saying? Boxed the dude up, made sure that homeboy isn't continuing to rob the lady, and then left. This is something I've seen in Mandeville. And now, in Kingston, you just don't know, right? No matter if you're in a region that is safe, you just don't know what could happen when you're there. So, in that same token, you have to be on your P's and Q's. Whether you think the area is safe, and I'm probably a little privileged or like not knowledgeable because sometimes, you leave your sense of security thinks that nothing's going to happen. You kind of like, you know, get airheaded and then you just leave your stuff out in the open or you leave the doors open. No, like when it comes to nighttime, lock the doors. Really, they lock the doors. They have the click, lock the doors. I know my uncle when it comes to his gated stuff, lock the doors, lock the doors. At a certain time, everything gets locked up. So now I'm like, okay, it's something that never really clicked. But after hearing the situation, what happened in Mandeville, where someone actually came through the neighborhood, and guys, it's dark. If I go outside and show you, it's dark. You can't see. One of the things I'll always pack with me, I have a flashlight, and this is my lighting right now. I have a flashlight, and people always say, "Yo, Nick, you always prepared." Yeah, dang right, you're gonna be prepared because in my years of going to Jamaica, right? I just know it to always be dark. You know, it's always dark here, and no matter even though they have street lights and stuff, it's dark. So I'm like, if it's dark, you're gonna need to illuminate the area, or especially if you're a walker like me, you gotta illuminate the area. So you have that situation. Then you have where the individuals lock up the gates, everything gets locked up as a safety mechanism. Cool. You can't be sure. You can't be too sure what someone is going to do here in Jamaica, right? And I think not really being aware of the sense of security, you realize like, yeah, maybe it's serious up in this piece. Maybe it's serious. Like, hey, look, I've been here for like over a month now, and you think about it, I'm like, yeah, maybe I felt too safe where I was and not really taking certain situations too seriously. Which leads me to this story that I was saying earlier before I sidetracked and talked to you guys about this whole next conversation, right? So I arrived to Kingston, Jamaica. Kingston, right? St. Andrew Parish in Kingston. I arrived here. I'm here. I'm a budget traveler, so I arrived here. I booked the Airbnb at some spot. I looked at the guy. He had some decent reviews. He seemed trustworthy, right? And I'm like, yeah, this is a nice, good budget. This is really the first time that I'm investing and immersing myself into Kingston. Every time I've been in Kingston, I'm either driving through or, not here for like a long time. I think the last time I was here, it was one of my cousins. I was driving my brother around. I think it was either here or we went through Spanish Town or Kingston. I just know that my brother had some business to do, and he was drove us through. And I think that was the last time I remember being in Kingston. And other than that, like every time when it comes to Kingston, I always drive through. I never really stayed in Kingston per se. And now that I'm actually staying in Kingston, one of the major factors that I notice is that Kingston is hot, man. Like Las Vegas hot. Like you're not near water to cool it down. There's a difference, you know what I'm saying? You can go to Montego Bay. Montego Bay can be hot, and you can get a headache, but you have like the beaches is there to cool you down. But Kingston is hot. And I think when it's hot like that, it plays into the emotions of certain individuals too. You know how you always hear that people tend to act up more when the weather gets a little heated, right? When the weather gets a little hot, people tend to act out of their face and behaviors change. So probably this is why, most of the they say uptake and dangers here in Kingston. So now I got to my Airbnb, right? Skipping along, arrive here, get to my Airbnb, right? The driver comes pick me up. First thing I notice on his face, he has a marking here underneath his eye, right? But I'm not sure if it was tattooed. I wasn't trying to look at the brother's face too much, but he has a marking right here in his eye. But the story that he told me is that he'd been into a lot of um motorcycle accidents. Because I told him, I said, yeah, man, I'm a rider. This is the type of rides I like. And I was thinking about renting one here in Jamaica. They said, no, it's not safe. Don't do it. Don't do it. He told me about like about he had about over 100 broken bones, like in total in tally, if he was to tally it up, bunch of broken bones. Um, he said his liver was smashed and like a lot of things happened. And he said, "You want to know something? What happened? A lot of the drivers of the accidents they had as a motorcyclist happen to be women drivers." He said that the women drivers tend to be very aggressive here. And I was like, wow, that's a very interesting thing that you say. He said, yeah. And then he went on to talk about how his wife was very supportive, and it bothered him to know in terms of safety. This is all a safety topic. It bothered him to know that when he was in the hospital and his wife would come to visit him, he was like, yo, who's gonna really like you're here you're here up until a certain time of the night, right? And it gets dark. I'm not available to really protect you. Who's going to protect you as you're going home late at night? But his wife often came to his aid to make sure that he's fine. So he told us, yo, that's a pretty loyal woman. Said, yeah, but it bothered him that his wife was out there on the streets coming to look for him while he was in the hospital. So as we're driving, right? We're driving ourselves. There's the location that we're going to go. He looks at it and said, all right, cool. Let's see if we can find where we got to go. And man, Google Maps here, guys, it's a little crazy. Sometimes you don't get the exact location. You get a ballpark area, and it tries its best to find it because like there isn't no legit street lights in certain districts, certain neighborhoods. You not street lights, but street numbers. It's a little non-existent unless some people happen to paint it or spray paint or whatever have you. Now, as we're driving through, we couldn't find it. We get through this neighborhood that we get into, and like the temperature started to kind of not the weather temperature, but the atmosphere, the temperature of the neighborhood started to feel a little different. You started to see a little bit more decrepit buildings, a little bit more knocked down homes and all of that. And him, as we was like talking back and forth, his banter kind of like dropped a little as we got to this particular neighborhood, right? And he said his place seems familiar, but it's a long time he's been here. He met a cousin along the road that was able to tell us where to get back around. Then we get to my location, right? You know, as we're going through, you see people outside on the stoops, outside playing dominoes, and then we get to my Airbnb that's supposed to be, you know, I wanted to go the budget right. So budget rock. We said, yo, this is the spot. Said, yeah, this is the spot. And you're like, yo, his demeanor really changed, shifted. It's like, yo, be careful around him. Like, yo, be careful around him. I'm like, yeah, yeah, because it looks a little, it looks a little dilapidated. Yeah, I'll be all right. So yeah, man, just just be careful, man. Like, yo, take down my number in case anything goes up. Say, yeah, man. Like, yo, take down your number. Get out there. Get out the cat. Get out the. Get out the car. Right at the door. I met with one gentleman. Right. I guess the man of the location because there's a small shop here. So at the small shop, and then around the corner is a gate where you can enter in. There's a upstairs portion where one of the main landladies are, and then at the bottom, the bottom left side is where the rooms are. Right, that's where the rooms are. And with that, um, he comes in and said, "Oh, are you are the you are the guy that's going to stay up in here, like in the pastor said. You that you that's going to be in this location." Say, "Yeah, just came here and said, all right, cool." So he calls the lady down. Lady calls somebody else to give me like the key, get in. The room is pretty fine. I chose it because I said this Kingston is going to be hot. This is a spot that I seen that has AC. AC was pretty solid, by the way, right? Um, AC was pretty solid. I said, yeah, I can deal with this, right? Drop my stuff off, and I said, all right, let me get myself together. I'm going to drop the stuff off, get myself together, and then I'm going to do my rounds, right? Loop around the area, see what I can record, see if I can find food, water, get myself together, right? So now I drop my stuff off, right? Um, get myself ready. I have my fitted. I have a black shirt. I have my shorts that I'm wearing now, and then I had like a little bit of I'm not sure if I was wearing no, I was wearing sandals, like the little Crocs things. I was wearing Crocs. So I got out there on the field to get ready to walk. The guys come to me like with a real stern face, right? A real stern face, mind you. A real stern face, right? Because at first the welcome that I got from brother wasn't oh hey, happy to see you. It was a real stern face, and you're like, are you that? Are you that's gonna stay up in here? You know what I'm saying? So I said, now his face got a little stern as I'm about to go out. He's like, where you I go? Right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna go, around the neighborhood to check things out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just going for a walk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going around for a walk around the neighborhood. So my guy locks his eyes with me, right? And he's there like this. He's fixing the stuff after I'm telling the story. And then there was like a moment of pause. He was like, literally like this. I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to go around the neighborhood. Like, don't go too far. And I was like, okay, yeah, all right, cool. Then in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, all right, well, you really was staring. I'm like, all right, I got travel experience. So I'm like, yeah, I understand. You got to be a little bit on your P's and Q's. All right. Still didn't tell you which neighborhood I'm in, right? Then still didn't say the neighborhood. I'll tell you, as the story goes, I'll tell you the neighborhood. So as I'm walking, right, I see people outside. I see, people like chatting, domino playing, like everybody outside, right? You know, I have my hat. I'm walking with a purpose, like I know where I'm going. And I see people. I'll be like, yo. I'm like, yo, or like, I'll be like, respect, or like, oh, wagwan, or along the lines of like, head nod, right? Your head nod, and I normally goes a long way, or just do a what's up gesture, right? And I normally will get that back. So now I'm walking around, I see a lot of people outside just chilling, right? And then they look at you, right? When they out there chilling, they look at you. I'm like, what's up? Like, try to force an eye, like, so, like, you know what I'm saying? Force an accent, something like respect. Force the accent, right? And then keep them moving their head now. I'm like, yo, you good? They're like, yo, you're good. And they're like, yeah, I say, yeah, man, good. Then we keep on moving. Just I'm walking, and it's hot too, guys. So I'm hot. Now, I walk about 30 minutes to the main, to like one of the main roads, right? This is what I'm seeing along the way, right? From the dilapidated buildings, I get to one neighborhood that looks kind of fine, but when I get to one of the next roads to make my next right, I see one gentleman in a car dealership with another teardrop tattoo. Like I'm noticing, he had some locks, he had some teardrops here. Said what's up to the guy. Back in the states, when I see the teardrops, I know possibly it's gang affiliation, but I'm not too sure what it means here in Jamaica. So me in my head, I said, nah, it possibly could be something similar to like that type of affiliation. But let me just what's up anyway, as I'm keeping it moving. So as I'm keeping it moving, man, you just see trash. You see a bio without many water, trash in there, wild dogs eating things, man, and it's like, oh man, this is like, yo, the real Jamaica, right? And while I'm walking through the hood, I'm like, I'm not gonna miss this opportunity, so I'm recording a little bit, right? I got the phone. I'm like, I'm doing a little bit. I said, yo, this is real Jamaica. Put it up real quick too, just in case, right? I'm not really recording because I haven't really filled out this area yet. So I don't feel that threatened too because I see kids and like, okay, they're coming from school and like women walking the streets going about, right? The roads are still crazy, but it's not really clicking that that the type of neighborhood that I'm in is not a good neighborhood, right? And I'm like, I see it, but it's like, look, I grew up in the Bronx, man. Like I grew up near the South Bronx. I grew up in Fordham University in the '90s, bro. Like, so it didn't feel that bad, but I'm not to say I'm throwing away my sense of security. Yeah, I keep that in the back of my head that look, anything could pop off, but I'm kind of used to seeing how things was in the Bronx. But you see this again. It's not 100% a culture shock, but it is interesting to see. I'm like, yo, guys, look at it. Throwing out mattresses up in the geyser, and it could probably be sewage. And the smell is bad. You just see trash, mongooses running around, wild dogs, and I'm like, all right, man, this is something interesting. You walking around, you do see your food street vendors. As I get to one of the main roads, I see one of the ladies out there with her food cart and all of that. I'm like, oh, hi, how you doing? Looks at me with a stern look. And then, I just like, all right, well, some people don't want to say hello because, I mean, I don't know if she owes somebody, not knowing that I'm in a bad neighborhood. So sometimes not everybody's obligated to talk to you, right? Not everybody wants to talk to somebody. So now, as I'm walking, I'm deciding to go to Tasty's Patties, right? Before I even jump onto that topic, right? There was a nice little lady I seen on the street. I called out to her, say, hey, what's up? Some of them are a little apprehensive to approach you, but I mean, like, some of them will like entertain you a little bit. I ask, you're attractive, like, yeah, I can get your number. I don't, really give out, because, like on the road. But I didn't really think that it was a safe that, because she's giving me the cold shoulder, but it's a safety issue. As I talked to her a little bit, it's mainly a safety issue. She said like sometimes that's why she don't give out like her number and all that. So I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. Like, so don't feel, guys, if you talk to like a Jamaican woman, don't feel some type of way if they don't give you numbers, right? Because it's safety, right? You don't know what's going to happen. And I remember, I'm continuing with the story, but I remember the situation when I was with one of my boys up in Manchester, and we driving around, and there was this young lady that's on the street like madly, and we asked her, she good, right? And I said, oh no, I'm looking for a taxi, but like she's trying to go somewhere, but she was like walking, like, yo, you was gonna walk all of this. So my man's decided to give her a ride, and as we talking, she said, "Oh, you guys not going to try to kill me?" I said, "What you talking about?" Like, yeah, no, we're not going to try to kill you. Then when she heard us speaking like, English American accent, said, "Oh, you guys are Americans. No, I'm safe." I'm like, dang. Do the Jamaican guys really like are rough like that to the ladies on this island? But because she figured these are foreigners, they ain't gonna try to do nothing. I mean, we're not gonna try to do anything anyway. We're just confused. Why are you walking in the dark by yourself? But who knows? She probably could have been an op too. That we probably could have put ourselves in danger with that situation, right? I'll talk more about that topic like in another video, but let's move forward, right? Because like you never know, right? You never know if she's an op for somebody else, and you know you don't know what type of like if they're trying to set you up to like go to this location. You don't know what's going to happen if you drive them to some spot and she got shotters or gunmen like waiting for the when she probably could be an op planted just for one nice person so she could take advantage of them, right? So oops. So yeah, man. Now, anywho, as I was walking down the street to go to Tasty Patties. Now, I go up into Tasty Patties, and the atmosphere within this particular Tasty Patties in this restaurant, I mean, in this neighborhood, let me know. I said, okay, it's kind of real in the streets, and maybe I should, heed the warning on my first driver, and then the Airbnb host too, right? So I'll go up into Tasty Patties, right? I go up to the front counter, and I'm thinking that's where you order. And I'm waiting. I'm like, yo, why is no one taking my order? Right? Only to find out that I seen a mother and daughter go to my left side to place an order. But I didn't know that's where you got to order because why? What I see, what I see is a giant mirror. But I didn't know that was where you order because it's a mirror. But if you look closer, you see the holes where you can talk, and then there is a little curve out where you can put your money in. So why is there a mirror there? Glad you asked. So the mirror is, if you really think about when people do witness, um, not witness, but when people do declaration, like, I'm not sure what it's called, but when people are arrested, right? And the witnesses come to testify, well, not on court, but to tell the cop, oh, is that the person who do it? They have the mirror. So when the inmates come and they facing the front, they see the reflection while the person behind it sees, who is the person, the perpetrator. So they had one of those in the Tasty Patties. They had one of those in Tasty Patties. I said, yo, is this a police precinct or something? Because I'm like, you can't see them, but you hear them calling out to you. You put the money, you place their order. You don't see no menu or nothing. You just need to know what you're ordering. You put some money underneath the little thing, and then they run it up. They give you your receipt and change. And I'm like, yo, they wouldn't need to put this here if there wasn't something that's seriously wrong that has happened in the past, or if the level of safety for the workers was an imminent danger. So now I said, okay, they did this to protect the workers back there, because maybe they like you don't want no crazy like gunmen seeing the cashiers or whatever and taking advantage of them, brandishing a weapon in front of their face, so you can't tell where they are. So if you hold them, and it's the type of glass that protects against that type of damage, so you don't know, right, who you were aiming a weapon to if a gunman was supposed to do that, as they call it in Jamaica, gunman. So I'm like, yo, they wouldn't need to do this if this wasn't a safe neighborhood. There's absolutely no reason for you to do this if this wasn't safe. All right, so then I'm like, I'm getting a little cautious. I'm not intimidated, but I'm getting cautious. I'm like, okay, I'm like, interesting. All right, yeah. But I'm still in my head. I'm like, I'm walking like I have purpose. I'm walking like I know where I'm going, and I have the food. Walking as if I was back home in the Bronx, like like nobody's business. Just walking, drinking all that without a purpose, not looking intimidating, not looking where I want to go. I'm just keeping tunnel vision, eating, walking. Then as I'm walking, oh my gosh, this is what I seen. I said, oh no, this is a sign. This is a sign. Yo, guys, come closer, man. This is a sign that, yo, this is some serious stuff. I'm in a serious neighborhood, right? So as I'm walking, going back to the location that I came from before, I'm walking down, walk past the vendor lady, go back to the main concourse where the giant dried out bio is. and I see this one lady walking up, right? From a distance, she looked attractive. I'm like, oh, cool, cool, cool. Let me get some practice or so. But I didn't. But as she was getting closer, and from like you see the figure of the woman, and as she's getting closer, you just see now nothing but tattoos all over. From like from the head down all throughout her body. You can see like almost every tattoo on her body, right? Fishnet shirt, you can see everything. Fishnet shirt, you can see everything, fellas. You can see everything from this lady. But one particular thing that I noticed that I was like, you can't, don't talk to this woman, man. Don't even risk talking to this woman because you don't know what's going to go down. So when you look at her face now, right? Pretty face. But if you really look, you see the three teardrop tattoo right on her cheek face. I'm like, oh, she one of those two. So I'm like, this is like now the third time I see this in this neighborhood. 3 times, right? A couple of people sitting on the stoop, seeing her. Like I said, nah, this has to be some gang affiliation stuff. I don't know what it is in Jamaica in terms of like gang violence. And there was somebody I was talking to earlier, um, that told me like, look, avoid this. Like, if I was to go to Portmore, avoid this area of Portmore because there you have some rival neighborhoods going at each other. They told me about some kid who was celebrating his 30th birthday, and on his birthday, they deleted the dude. Right on his birthday, as he was celebrating, blowing out his cake, they deleted the dude. So I was like, yo, be careful in Portmore. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna go to Portmore if it's like that, because I'm like, look, I'm trying to find like people that knows the area that can bring me in, like as a safety net, so I could like do some recording and not feel a little awkward. Because like I've gone through Jamaica, a couple of people has done told me that they don't want to be on camera, and I'm going to respect that because like I'm a guest, right? I have Jamaican blood, but I'm a guest. I'm still a guest. Um, and I respect that. I respect that. I don't want no beef. I don't want you to have any beef. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I want to stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? So now, as she was saying that, I was like, man, I don't know if like, yo, Portmore, I would need someone to really walk me through Portmore if I was going to do the type of vlog, because then I don't want to walk in, and I remember the situation that happened in Santiago, Chile, from the brother from Brooklyn when he was taking pictures and they thought that he was spying. Now I don't want that situation to ever happen to me. So when I don't want to be seen as like some rival gang spy or whatever have you. So if people are popping off, I'm like, nah, I'll say what. I'll live to see another day. I won't get myself involved. Now, as I'm walking, I seen that she had a tattoo, and I was like, nah, man, not even worth trying to talk to this girl. So what could that mean? Probably be, well, might be one, she's a gang member. Two, maybe she's a girlfriend or a night. Well, it wasn't even nighttime. This is broad daylight. Uh, you know, a woman of the streets for one of these people. Maybe she's working, because the way how she was walking the streets was very like without a care in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and her like you see it like, dang, you see how she's dressed and appeared. Now disregard for nothing, teardrop tattoos. I'm like, oh man, no, you don't want to say what's up to this one. Like, nah, you don't want, if someone is jealous or she probably want to set you up if you do get the digits. You don't know, man. I'm like, no, no matter how interesting she look, you don't want the smoke. You don't want the smoke. I don't want the smoke. Keep the tunnel vision, keep moving. All right, so I'm walking back the long way, right? Past the nice neighborhood, back into the decrepit areas. Now, Tower Avenue, I walk back into Tower Avenue, right? They have some nice murals there. However, with the murals, you don't know what's going to happen. I get into the neighborhood, right? Walk past my Airbnb because I'm still kind of scouting out the area. I hear yo, yo, right? I'm like, so I'm still walking. I'm like, yo. So I turn around and it turns out to be the Airbnb host, right? It turned out to be him. And he's calling out to me. I'm like, okay, I wonder what happened. Turn back around, and then he's like, he's bringing attention of the neighborhood now. I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's up? He said, yo, I said, well, oh, so where you are going? "Well, I'm just going around the neighborhood. Oh, yeah, you sure? Because from what it looks like, it seems like you're lost. I'm like, no, bro, I'm not lost. I'm just scouting out, the area, checking my surroundings, So are you sure? All right. Well, where's the Airbnb? Like, where are you staying? I'm like, over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that building over there. He says, yeah, like while keeping the eye contact, while we both locking eye contact, I'm like, over there? He's like, oh, for a second, I thought you were lost. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. Right? And then the people from Domino's, they stopped playing Domino's to see what was going on with our interaction. Look, I don't even know if this guy is the G or the Don of the neighborhood, too. I don't know. I didn't stay to find out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stay to find out. So now, as he's like, oh, for a second, I thought you are lost. No, I'm good, bro. I'm good. No, I'm just checking the neighborhood. All right, man. Because you have to protect yourself. Just make sure that you're all right. Well, yeah, everything all right, bro. Everything is all right. Like, yeah. All right. So no, look, if you need anything, you got to let me know. Yeah, boss. So now, as he goes back to his area, right? He goes back inside. I'm doing my walk up and down the block, and I'm like, man, let me just go back inside. Because now people looking at me now. Like, I wanted to be under the radar, trying to blend in, but because he's done that, he pretty much he outed me out unintentionally. He outed me out in this neighborhood. This particular neighborhood that I'm in, he outed me out. So as I'm walking back down, now you have the domino people like, yo, you good? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good, boss. I'm good, boss. Across the street, like, yo, chief, you all right? I'm like, yeah, boss, I'm good. I'm good. So now I'm starting to get a little bit more concerned now, right? I'm not afraid, but I'm just a little bit more concerned. So now he now softened up. I guess he probably wanted to check my bluff, right? And sure try to punk me into the fear like I need to stay in one place. Or maybe he was genuine. I don't know. But as it goes, he was saying, like, look, man, I just want you to protect yourself, make sure that you're good. And I said, yeah, man, I understand like the neighbor's a little rough. I said, yeah, man, it's rough, these streets. And I understand his concern, right? But I believe that because I had enough travel, like a travel experience of the places I stayed in Cali, Colombia, across Colombia, I and the Bronx, growing up in the Bronx, neighborhoods in Brooklyn that I've been to, like I thought I've had enough travel experience, but yet I'm not the type of dude to chance a situation. If I see the writing on the wall, I'm not gonna like, all right, if people are giving me the warning, all right. So now my cousin hits me up. He said, yo, what's up? Where you at? So, and I said, oh yeah, the location that I'm at is Olympic Garden. So he said, yeah, you where? I said, yeah, I'm at Olympic Garden. He said, oh, S. Yo, cuz, you in the hood. I'm like, yeah, you in the effing hood. And I'm like, oh, okay. Olympic Garden is the hood. Some other people, was carrying me and like asking, so yeah, I believe I'm in Olympic Garden. And I was like, what? That black place that? You in Olympic Garden? I said, yeah, I'm in Olympic Garden. It says, oh, that place me heard it, but I was like, oh, okay. All right. Olympic Garden ain't the safe place. Then, yo, then my boy from Manchester, right? That we did the driving around. He said, "Look, man." He said, "You will, you will." We in Kingston. He said, "Look, man, you gotta be careful because what happens is the guys are gonna watch you. They're gonna smile you up, and they're gonna try to see how your patterns is. And if you get caught slipping with your camera out, in these type of neighborhoods, they ain't gonna hesitate to snatch your camera, and you can't do nothing about it." So that's when I was like, "All right, man, like." I can't record in this neighborhood. I'm not going to chance it. I'm going to need some friends and around the neighborhood to escort me around in order for me to do my recordings. So they said I didn't feel the murderous, malicious intent. I didn't feel that while I was there. However, I started to feel eyes, not intentional, but I started to feel the eyes a whole lot more when the Airbnb host accidentally, I would say accidentally because I don't think he really truly meant it, accidentally aired me out to the public that, yeah, this is someone that's not supposed to be here. And because he did that, I felt a little uneasy. Like, look, if this is how it's going to be, if I pull out my camera, I'm not gonna risk pulling out my camera since now eyes is on me and people's watching what I'm doing. Because originally, as I had it like this, doing a little recording, taking the pictures. You know what I'm saying? If I see something right then and there, I'm going to record it. But first, I have to walk around the neighborhood and like do a recon before I even start to do any type of recording. But like at this moment, I said I'm going to get what I can get. I don't even know if I'm going to even have time to do recon. So I was just doing it. Yo, my cousin was like, "Yo, where you at? Yo, come to where I'm at right now, man. I'm just gonna have to make sure, like, yo, you all right." So I'm like, all right, cool. I took a taxi to him. We healed, we kicked it, chatted and all of that, and it was cool. When he dropped me off, apparently the one of the women at the Airbnb, like one of the co-hosts, right? She was like, "Oh, I was waiting up all night, just making sure that everything all right with you." Like, yeah, I mean, you didn't have to. Like, I really did appreciate it because now after all of that went down, I started to really question. I said, look, if my guy is going this hard, if he's going this hard for me, or just from doing recon, and I've actually never really experienced that type of like, I guess, concern or alert from that moment. So I had to start asking some actual questions. I'm like, yo, am I gonna be all right? Say, yo, yeah, you'll be all right. You're good, man. You're good, man. Just making sure that you keep yourself safe. And I'm like, all right, cool. So let's say if I was to leave, right? Are you going to lock everything else? How am I going to get back? Is the gate going to be open? Is the gate going to be all right? So no, yeah, you can come in anytime you want. Like, so this is why I started to think that maybe he was trying to test my bluff or whatever. But he said, yeah, you can come in at any time, bro. So I'm like, all right, yo, you guys are not going to lock or chain up any doors or anything I need to know about. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if it's really that bad, I want to know these things. So no, man, you're good, man. You're like, all right, cool. So I'm going to go out, hang out. It's not going to be locked. No particular time I need to be back in case anything closed. We gonna be good. We gonna be good moving forward. But when I did get back, one of the ladies said that she was waiting up to make sure that I was okay, right? And I'm like, I appreciated that, but I didn't think I really needed, someone to really wait up for me that night. So she said, yeah, now I can sleep. Well, I guess there was some serious concern. Maybe something happened to a host. I don't know. Maybe something happened to family. I don't know. Or maybe the person that is the middleman between me and them will let them know this is a person from America. Make sure he's fine at all costs. After all of that, I was like, all right, man. I guess from what I've been hearing from other people, this neighborhood is not safe. And there's a few neighborhoods that I've seen in within Kingston that isn't safe, right? So the neighborhood that I'm in is fine, but if I was to go like I guess 30 minutes further down is another bad area, right? Can't give my area yet, bro. I can't. I'm just gonna have to tell you afterwards. But once I go further down, there's another bad area, and then I think I'm boxed in with, you know, areas that are a little bit rough. I would say, right, a little bit rough. So, I'm cool. I'm chilling now. After that first night, I said, "Look, man, the price was right. They had AC, and I'm not worrying about getting headaches or something like that." But after that, I said, "Man, I'm just gonna find the next spot, bro. I don't want to deal with that stress." So yeah, man, like it really depends where in Jamaica you are, man. And I appreciate you guys for being here, man. Like, yo, if you're still here, once again, man, if y'all still here, don't forget to like this video, man. We got, I don't know, I've seen 6 people here. I should have like 6 likes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that is one of the stories, a real story about safety, man. Kids you not, man. there's a whole lot of other things I can talk about. I'll probably do yet another live stream to talk about my experience throughout everything else in terms of food, culture, and everything else. But yo, in terms of safety, fam, yo, I had to get myself out of there. And then walking the streets, bro, it had me really looking after my shoulder now. Cause now I'm like, okay, something that I really didn't have in my radar is brought to my attention. Now I'm being a little bit extra cautious, which is affecting the way how I record. And then I remember recording in Manchester, and then there's one lady said, "No, we can't be on, like, please, we can't be on no camera, man. I have gun, man. I look for me." And like, I look, it's cool. I'm not trying to, I didn't go live, so it's cool. I didn't go live, so I don't have to worry about no editing. But look. If you don't want to be in camera, I'll just take it off. It's fine. Oh, please, man, we can't. Gunman, I look for this. All right, look. It's all right. I'll keep you anonymous. All right, keep you anonymous. I won't tell you. All right, I won't tell them you good. All right, I'm just want to make sure that you're good. So there's a couple of things like that. There was another man that just came, like, yo, when it came to like going to one of the squares, yo, he was like a really apprehensive. Like, hey, can I get your permission to like? Because after that first one, it kind of knocked off my whole mojo. I'm like, I never really received that type of I guess pushback with the camera, right? Usually, sometimes everybody really welcomes the YouTubers, but like when I got to, I guess, certain areas that's not used to all this tourism or stuff, yeah, I just felt a little some type of way, and it kind of like discouraged me again a bit after I had like several people that I tried to like get on camera interview. It kind of like messed up my whole mood. But I kind of like kind of like manned up and like kept on going. Like whatever, it's YouTube. We have to keep the show going. Keep the show going, no matter how I'm feeling. They don't want to be on camera. They fear for their life. I'm like, all right, cool. It's all right. It's no hard feelings. You know what I'm saying? You think about it, it's no hard feelings. There's another guy that came and said, "Hey, can I get your permission to record this?" That dude was like, serious, like, you need me permission in order to. You need me permission in order to record. And it was with the meanest face. I'm like, yo, damn, bro. I'm like, I'm just asking, man. This is cool. So, yeah, man, that's what please, like this video, y'all. Come on, for the 4 people that's still here, and those that are watching this on the playback, come on, like this video, man. I'm telling y'all stuff, man. I'm telling y'all stuff, and I always got stories, man. Right? Come on, like this video. But yeah, man. After that, man, I was like, oh, my whole recording mojo's kind of like been affected. I'm not now I'm apprehensive to go into towns and stuff to record because I'm not sure if the camera's gonna offend somebody that start some beef with me. So that mentality of that type of safety has been affecting me. But overall, it has my journey recording stuff has been relatively good. Needless to say, just now is that it hurt my confidence a bit approaching people in terms of like recording them because now it's like, oh, it's the welcome is like from Obey, the welcome was a little bit warm and soft. I like that. When I got to these areas, it's like it felt a little bit more hostile than I expected. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can do this without having a proper guide. And honestly, guys, I believe if I had like 100,000 viewers, 100,000 subscribers, I'm like, I don't care what's going on. Look, I have the backing of subscribers, and I probably in my head like, look, if I can get the views, I'm good. But now because I don't think that unless you guys like it, unless you guys like to share this video, I didn't have the faith that if I was to do something like this and put it out on YouTube, that all that work that I would do would be worth it in the long run, right? Do I want to risk my life or risk my safety for, possibly not getting any support on the channel at all? You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Am I going to do this and not get the viewership that I want? Am I going to do this and not get subscribers to help me reach my next goal? So I think that was another reason why I was still kind of apprehensive. And I think I shouldn't really focus on subs, but I know if I had a high subscriber rate and, ton of comments and stuff, probably the dopamine would have hit my head, and I'm like, look, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I got the backing of my subscribers. We got this. I can record. But honestly, though, with my small following, trying to make a breakthrough because I hear like most people have been successful recording here. Trying to make a breakthrough, I often found myself wondering, like, yo, is it worth doing this? Am I back? Like, should I do this, bro? So I thought about it. I'm like, I don't know, man, if I should jump out there. You know what I'm saying? But like some of the comments that I've gotten has made me feel like, all right, cool. What we're doing is right. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, we got $20 from SM. It's awesome that they were looking out for you while you were there. It is true. It's a true love of people that live there, right? That's awesome. Yo, appreciate the $20 super chat, fam. Respect, respect. But yeah, man, I thought about that, and I was like, look, man, I've seen some people go live, um, and they've been relatively okay. So I figured that maybe if I had like a legit export, I think this will go a lot smoothly instead of me going out there and then risk being like checked by a Jamaican. What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? So now my expression can't really get out there like that. And so that's what it was. So I was really thinking like now safety in Jamaica has like, yo, I'm more aware of it. I'm more aware of what's going on. Now my like, you know, my safety bubble has kind of shrunk a bit and I'm like more aware of what's going on. So now there might be some videos that in the future that you might see marketplaces, you might not, because now I'm being a little bit more cautious and a little bit more aware. But like, yeah, that experience alone was like, I should take this serious. I shouldn't really play around like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless I have like a legit guide. Like some of these other people that I've seen have gone to Jamaica, they have crews with them. And here I am, like solo dolo. So I'm like, yeah, let me not chance it. I'll do what I can. I'll do the food stuff, the cooking and all of that stuff. I can do that while it lasts. But as far as like hood content, nah, I would need an export. Um, Market content I can definitely do. There was one market I checked out earlier. Oh, two markets, guys, man, I checked out something really nice today. I got some recording in, but I think I'm gonna have to go back and like boots on the ground and again, like really record it because it's a nice district that I went through. And the other one that I got like my water from, real nice, real busybody. You see people around. It's fun. I think you guys will appreciate that when that video comes out. But like when I first went there, I didn't really want to record because yeah, once again, Nate does his scouting, just making sure that area is fine, seeing how people interact, and it's good. How would they react? And think about how would they react if someone like me was in the midst. So yeah, man. Other than that, safety in Jamaica, it really depends on the individual and how you carry yourself. Um, as if any woman is happen to be watching this, don't feel alarmed if like Jamaican men or other brothers kind of catcall you because it is part of the culture. You know, Jamaicans are very animated and very funny. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them are real funny when it comes to like compliments, banter. Right? Is so you might. It's not a creepy thing if they call out to you. It's part of the culture. So just remember that. But still be on your P's and Q's if you don't feel right about a situation, or don't enter into unmarked cars. Like there, you would know what's the proper taxis around here. It's like I've mentioned it earlier, but if you see a car that has a route from like one destination to another destination, painted like at the door of a car, and then you see like checkers, like black and gray, or checker dots on the car that lets you know that's a legit taxi, right? Or you can do the Judah tours or the buses, like here in Kingston, they have a big yellow bus that's cost $1. Someone informed me that it's $1 to ride those for adults. Not $1, but 100 Jamaican dollars, which is, let me do the conversion. I think I would like to say 50 cents, but the big yellow bus is, let me put that 100 Jamaican. It's like about 65 cents for adults, and for children, it's about 40 to 60 Jamaican dollars, which is about 25, 26 cents. Right? Take If you want to be an adventurer and travel around, you can do that route. You know what I'm saying? But I would say if you're in Montego Bay or Kingston, if you really want to get around, you don't have a driver, you don't know who to trust, you can use InDriver. InDriver works in Montego Bay, and InDrive, which is now InDrive and Uber works in Kingston. All right. Yo, what's up, Three Kings Travel? What about doing a collab with Jamaica Walk By? Have you thought about that to help your channel? Um, you know what? I'm going to try to reach out. I'm going to try to figure out where I can reach out to the brother. Um, I thought about doing collaborations as well. There's a couple of people that I bumped into to ask for collaborations. I haven't heard back. I sent some emails too. I haven't heard back from other folks. But yeah, collaboration with other Jamaicans will definitely work. And if it doesn't happen during this round, I'm going to definitely be more prepared the second time I go through Jamaica. That's if I can't get it by the by a time frame. But yeah, I don't mind with Jamaica Walk By. I was watching a couple of just shout out to Jamaica Walk By because I was watching a couple of his things, and I was like, yo, this is actually pretty dope. I showed my brother too. I was like, yo, look, like Jamaica Walk By, and I think I also seen the drive by too when they was driving from like a parish to parish. I thought that was pretty interesting. So it's doing pretty nice. People like looking at those stuff. But yeah, if I can get to Jamaica Walk By, that'll be kind of dope. Let me see. Yeah, but I would say it's my. Oh yeah, I forgot to even mention this too, man. So this is what happened to me. Ooh. So that's the Kingston story. I didn't tell you what happened to me around Treasure Beach, man. What's what happened in Treasure Beach, man? Long story short, I'm just gonna give a long story short because that video's not even out. I'm just letting you know. Long story short, man, there was some dude. Look, I was in a good mood, right? You know, had a nice day. I felt I did some good footage, despite you know, not my plans not going according, like things not going according to plan. But I thought I did a good footage, man. Good footage, right? I went to a store. I was looking for some food because there's a spot in Treasure Beach where they had a festival, and I arrived late. So, but I still was recording and getting stuff and talking to the locals, right? Um, when I like found a spot, a restaurant, and then I found like some food and got some drinks, man. That bought there was a brother, man, that kind of asked me like for like water or something. I said, yo, I got you. I gave him something to drink. And there was some other dude next time. So like, yo, you want a drink too? He wanted a beer. Got him a beer. And dude was like, yo, man, respect, brethren, man. I respect you. I really, really means the best. And so I'm like, oh, you could, man. So yo, like, yeah, man, if you want anything, like, look, man, like, I sell. Now, he didn't say he sells, but, I got this. And, like, cool, yeah, I mean, like, it's fine. You don't have to give me back anything. Like, man, I'll bring you, like, some mango. I said, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I like, look, it's mango season here in Jamaica, right? From April to May, there's mango season. And then there is different tiers of mangoes. You have um, the number 11, each mango has a different texture, right? Different taste, different texture. Like number 11, I remember, I think it's the smaller, juicy ones that a lot of people like to go for. That mango tends to be a little expensive. East Indian, in my honest opinion, is the tastiest, juiciest mango. Tends to be on the pricier side, 200 Jamaican dollars. Some people, I even got juice for 400 Jamaican dollars that one. But the mangoes were so good, I wanted it. Then you have beefy, then you have Julie. These mangoes are used for like making juice. They're like full of water content. But I'm getting to a point. So I told the guy I want this because this version, this type of mango tends to be better. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna have them. It's good." So as I'm walking, dude is now following me now. like, look, man, like, oh, like, yeah, I can give it to you for this amount. I said, oh, I thought you was gonna, like, I thought old boy was gonna give it to me based off of like the, you know, based off of the drink I gave him. I wasn't looking for nothing. I didn't need anything. So look, man, if you want mango, I got you the mango. Say I'll leave it with the lady here. So that's fine. So I think after I left, now he started like, look, man, like, yo, I'll sell you the mango. Then, have this and all that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I don't want to buy the mango. Say, look, I have it in my place over there. Like, I have it in my place over there. Like, this is nighttime. You hear the crickets. I'm like, no, we good, bro. Like, I'm not trying to buy no mangoes. I'm walking. Guy's following me. Like, he's persistent now. But I'm buying this guy's mangoes. And we walking, right? We get to a point, right? Where it's just black and you don't see nothing, man. It's black, you don't see nothing. I have my flashlight though, right? But my hand is full because I have food. And I'm vlogging too. So my hands is full. There's a point in this vlog that you want to see that I'm gonna put it up, but my hands is full, and I'm like, yo, look, bro, like we come to a certain point, and I said, nah, I am not going there. I know I have to go here to where I'm staying, but I'm not going there. Like, nah, I'm gonna let the old boy walk, and I'll find my way around. But I'm not gonna spoil the rest of that for you. I'm not gonna spoil the rest of that for you. But yeah, after that, and we was going into the dark, and my old boy was just following me around. I said, nah, bro, nah, son. And like, even though the location that I was in is safe, I ain't trust nobody, man. Like, nah, son, you are not going to take something that you're not going to take something that I thought was as a good gesture and try to take advantage of me. Like, nah, bro, ain't gonna go down like that. So that's yo, that's something like in terms of safety, you just gotta be on your P's and Q's, man. You just really gotta be on your P's and Q's, man. Maybe he was look, maybe he was genuine. I don't know, but I wasn't going to take the chance of walking in the dark with someone that I don't even know that, follow me from all the way down here to here, talking about he got mangoes that he want to sell. And he has it at his thing over there. So I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm, nah, bro. Nah, nah, bro. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Like, I'm good. I don't need no mangoes now, fam. Like, nah, it's like, nah, I don't want it, man. We good. We good. I was like, look, I'm just gonna go over here, man. Yeah, have a good night. All right, boss. Respect. Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. So, yo, Nate got stories, man. You don't think Nate got stories, man. If you see me on Razor Ray's channel too, I don't know if he's ever here, but if you see me on Razor Ray's story and he asks me for my opinions, or shout out to Solo Traveler or D, and shout out to Passport Bros Entertainment, no excuse. If you ever seen me on their channel and they ask about my experience, man, I can ramble about a story. Look, we were like about nearly an hour and 30 minutes in, but yes, Three Kings Shadow. Three Kings Travel. What's going on? You asked this question: is that shutters on the windows for safety? Yes, yes, yes. I didn't mean to show that, but yeah, it's for safety. I can open it up for like air and stuff, but it's for safety. I I'm telling you, bro. It's like when you get here, I'm like, you know what? There's stuff that I never really acknowledged, but as I'm after what happened when I was in Olympic Garden with old boy, I was like, I start to recognize a whole lot more things that has been used for safety. So I was like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna be on my P's and Q's. Let me pay more attention, and let me not be a fool as I'm moving about here in Jamaica, right? Because currently here in Jamaica, I'm here in Kingston, Jamaica, and um, yeah, it's I had a pretty good day today too as I was walking about. Um, absorbing the culture and the vibes and all of that, and people's out and about. It felt good. The neighborhood that I went to felt felt a whole lot better doing this walk through. Felt a whole lot better. I am definitely like I believe I can go up in there and do a real proper vlog over there next time around. But yeah, no matter, even if you're in a safe location, supposedly safe location, you got shutters, you have bars, and it gets this prison feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to say it like that, but it's that prison feel. There's some places, like if you're in resorts, you ain't gonna see that, but like some places get that prison feel. I'm like, yeah, you kind of understand. Like I'm thinking about walking through and showing you all the bars through here, but I don't want to invade people's privacy as well. But yeah, this gated. I don't even know if they're locked. I'm gonna probably go around and check. I can't bring the camera. Like once again, sometimes if someone is there, I can't put them on camera. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. So I'm gonna do a loop around before I end this stream. Like when I end the stream, I want to do a loop around and probably take some pictures and let you know like this is what it's looking like. But yeah, safety first, man. Yeah, Three Kings Travel, absolutely right. Safety first, and you just don't know. Like I said earlier, when I was in Manchester, and my boy seen somebody trying to break into a lady's house in Jamaica, said, "But this neighbor is nice and quiet. Why would someone try to do that?" Like, nah, bro. People will try to take advantage if they see the opportunity too. No matter if you're in a safe location. That's even worse if you're in a safe location. And this area in Manchester, look, the videos. I have a video coming out this Friday. Guys, stay tuned for that. Talking about the homes, and if you look at some of these homes that I see in Jamaica, how nice they look, bro. If you was a criminal, you looked at it, people would want to take advantage. That's what I could say. So that's why when I say safety in Jamaica, it's kind of relative, right? You have some parishes that are safer than the others. You have some that is out the way, but overall, like if people want to take advantage of an individual and they feel like they can take advantage and get a plus one over you, people are just gonna, the bad people are gonna act in their nature to do something malicious. And I mean, it's messed up though, but some parishes have that issue more than other parishes. If you get what I'm trying to say, like I don't see it happen a lot in Manchester, but there was a time when I was recording and the locals were saying, "Put your camera up." You know, the shadows nearby, like, look, the shadow boys are gonna come. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to pickpocket you, watch your pockets. Yeah, stuff that I know. Like, but I'm like, I know this parish for a while. It hasn't been known for this type of crime or petty crime. But not to say, look, I haven't been in Jamaica in a while, so things have changed. 2020 happened. I wasn't in Jamaica prior, to 2020. Besides now, so I'm not sure what has changed. I'm now learning as we go and what has changed, and it's been an eye-opening experience for me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. But yeah, you guys have said some really good things, right? Yeah, Three Kings Travel. I'm reading your message right now. Can I put that up? How do I do that? There's a way. Look, this is the first time I'm using Streamlabs to stream, so I'm not sure how to pull up uh the live chats without messing up everything. It's something I would have to practice and figure out. But yeah, I don't know how to pull up the comments, but I'm reading it as I see it. So yeah, it's safety first. You have to be on your P's and Q's. As far as the parishes go in Jamaica, if you go to a parish or if you go to a city town that is known to have high tourism, and you stay into the resorts, you'll be relatively good. Like I said, Mobay has a ton of Mobay Ochi the Grill has a ton of like tourism catered towards gringos, foreigners, right? And then you have the other off the beaten path resort spots, like if you go to a Portland, you see resorts there too, but that's mainly the Jamaicans usually vacation over there too. So yeah, Three Kings. I'm gonna ask Razor Rays on how he does that, but that's it. yeah, I'll figure that out for sure. But yeah, like wrapping things up, man. You would have to really be on your P's and Q's, especially as a solo traveler. Here's another big safety tip, man. I mentioned it before, but in terms of traveling, if you want to travel from parish to parish and you really value your life, or you really want to add an extra layer of comfort, I should say, you want to add extra layer of comfort to or as you travel, I would recommend using the big chartered coach buses, like Knoxford Express. I'm not sure what else they have, but if you have like a shuttle, like no, if you have like a resort somewhere, you'll often see shuttles too that'll bring you to from the airport to other locations in Jamaica. I know they're trying to build additional airports here because like Jamaica only has like two major ones, Montego Bay and then the Kingston one. So if you're resorting in like Ocho Rios, right, or Ochi as we call it, and you have that set up. You can take one of the shuttle buses that it's not packed. That can take you from the airport to Ocho Rios, which is like an hour and a half drive or so, or an hour drive, like depending on like if they drive according to like rules and regulations of people's comfort, should take you like an hour and a half or something like that. But if you riding like with the locals, if you're riding with the locals and take local public transportation, man, look, man, these guys, yo, when it comes to the streets, man, look, man, I think I'm gonna have a video dedicated to how fast Jamaicans drive, and it's like they taking risks, bro. Like you driving, and then like if you're not going fast enough to their standard, and they have somewhere they need to go or trying to make money, you'll see them overtake it within incoming traffic. And if you taking that and then try to like come back over on the next side, bro, they're like they, yo, that is it's you'll be taking risks. Like sometimes, if some people like thrill seekers, I did it before. I did it a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? From like some areas, some parishes to another parish. I taken the local bus, the local taxi, and them guys are zooming, bro. You probably be in Ochi Rios in like 30 minutes, bro. The way how these guys are driving, bro. But that is, it's dangerous, bro. Because there's been stories that I've been hearing now. Some of these chartered taxis going from location to location that, bro, I have a video. Oh my gosh, I have a video. I don't have like the true graphics, bro, but I have a video of an aftermath of someone trying to do something that crazy in Jamaica, right? I got stuff, bro. I got stuff. So now what ended up happening, a car was pulling out, one of the crazy taxis came. Yeah. I'm not sure how many people was injured, but they said everybody was taken to the hospital. Um, there was another incident that I heard, like head-on collision of someone trying to overtake. It happens in Jamaica, man. Like that's why some people, when it comes to transportation, they would say, "Yo, take the safer route. If you're trying to go to Parish to Paris, take the charter bus because, you know, these guys, when it comes to like money and trying to make their money, man, these guys are zooming in and out of traffic. And these roads in Jamaica is not the best, bro. Like it's a little bumpy, it's a little narrow and tight, and these guys are speeding like this on hills and like mountains, bro. Lots of stuff can happen. Another story that happened a few years ago was there was a couple of people trying to wave down these taxi people to tell them don't go, don't go. This was during the torrential rain. We just had a crazy rainstorm, so it was like someone cut the sky open and everything fell. So it was like a real heavy rainstorm, right? They was trying to flag down the taxi people, like, yo, slow down, slow down. The bridge is out. But the taxi people didn't want to slow down. Dude kept driving, drove right off the bridge, man. Right off the bridge. Nobody survived. So like when the locals are telling me these stories now, and I'm choosing how to travel, I'm like, man, bro, I'm an adventurous type, but like you making this like, look, man, do I want to do that, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? But look, man, there was one time, like, yo, I did it twice. I took the bus twice just to see how it's like. Yo, it's a roller coaster, bro. You packed up, bro. Like you have people packed up. Like it's like these vans, bro. And normally something that's supposed to be like 3-seater, they make it a 4 or 5-seater, like 4 or 5 people. And I'm like this, holding on, bro, like yo, holding on, packed up. And then dude is driving fast. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm just gonna take the safe, comfortable route, bro. It may take me longer, but look, I've experienced like a true Jamaican. Like this, and the people in the back behind me, all packed up. You like this, holding up into this little van. Like I'm holding on. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get my bearings down. Right. So that's what's going on. Holy smokes! Guess who's here? Raise, back at it again. Woo! I don't got no cervezas, bro. No cervezas today. What's up, Raise? Thanks for dropping into the stream, man. You might have to go through the playback and like see exactly what I was saying, but yo, I pretty much dropped the T on like on what happened to me, the things that I've witnessed, and like things that the locals are telling me in terms of like safety, man. It's um yeah, so like yeah, I was like this on the little taxi bus, and these guys, yo, there's no concern. And sometimes these guys will challenge, right? Challenge risks going through traffic, like going on the other side of incoming traffic. Some of them would try to challenge a truck, but normal times, like if someone is driving fast in Jamaica and like really speeding, like going clocking, like kid you not, like 90 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour, which they do it in Jamaica. Many times they won't challenge incoming trucks. You can't beat the trucks here in Jamaica. If they see a truck now, they're gonna respect the truck. But if they have a truck on their own, right? There's a lot of Fords here. If they have a truck on their own and they're trying to overtake, they bully people, right? They'll bully people. So if you're on the road, yo, salute Razor Raise. Thanks for that $3 super chat. All right. But if you're on the road, right? Let's say you're driving through Jamaica, right? This is one reason why I said I wasn't going to rent a car, and another reason why everybody told me no, don't rent no motorcycles, don't rent no motos. If you will have to rent something, rent a car. It is not safe. It is not. They said it's absolutely not safe. Don't rent a motorcycle. I said, all right, cool. I guess I won't do it. And like in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to rent because I was thinking about it. I said, look, I want to be able to move freely. So I was going to rent a motorcycle, but one, it's a safety hazard because the roads aren't paved well enough. So you have to think about torque, velocity, and how you're turning. On top of that, you have to remember that you have impatient drivers behind you too. So you're not sure if they're going to try to overtake, and then as they're overtaking you, a car is coming in, and then they're trying to avoid that car, and then end up hitting you on that motorcycle. And then what was the nail in the coffin that said I'm not going to do it ever in Jamaica? Two things that happened here in Kingston. The first Airbnb happened. The first Airbnb where not the Airbnb. The first my first chauffeur where he told me it was in an accident. He said all the accidents happened to be aggressive women drivers. He told me, and he said yeah, he knocked him on his car, on his motorcycle. He just for some reason he just loves the bikes. He keeps getting back. He keeps back on that, but he's like retired after broken so much bones. So he took that as a sign. He said, look, said God saved my life, and he's not going to go on a motorcycle. So if I was to tell you not to I'm living proof not to do it. I live to say. So he said that, and in the midst of him saying that, bro, in the midst of saying that, because I'm not thinking about recording as we're trying. In the midst of saying that, we're driving through. You know what I'm saying? We see one car crash. You see the police, and it's not really a car crash. It's I think the rider was fine, but we seen a moto knockdown, and lo and behold, it wasn't a woman, it wasn't a female driver, but someone hit the moto, and it was holding up traffic in Jamaica, and it was the same issue. He tried to overtake and hit the man down. So I said, all right, so I know in other countries or some other countries, I guess it's a little safer. But in Jamaica, they're really aggressive on the road. So I wouldn't recommend if you want to rent a moto, like how I was thinking of renting a moto. No, don't rent the moto. You do it at your own risk. Yeah, they're not. Most likely, they're not insured. So yeah. Oh, bro, let me tell you something. I got some tea, bro. I got some tea, man. Look, many of them is not even assured. Not even that. Many of them don't have legal licenses. From what I'm hearing, they're buying their license. Like money makes the country go around. And if you have the money, they'll give it to you in this country. Like literally, if you have the money, no questions asked, you'll get it. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Because look, I'm still in the country. I'm not dropping too many. I'm not. I'm not trying to get political. I'm still in the country. I'm still in the country, not getting political at all. But what I would say, if you have the money, you most likely can get it. And a lot of people on the road, their licenses are bought. This is word on the street, right? So that's why there's a ton of accidents. They're driving kind of reckless. But the police are there for checkpoints to make sure that people don't overspeed. But sometimes they can do a random stop and just like what they do out here, what happens in the Dominican Republic, if you're going too fast or if they stop you for whatever reason, you might have to pay them off. Um, so going back to road safety, as I was saying, it's safer to take the charter buses. Like I said, twice I've taken the small buses packed like sardines, and the guy was going in and out of traffic like crazy. Um, I have a dedicated video that I'm going to come out with me showcasing that. If anybody here, there are speed limits. It depends on the parish. It depends on the road. Normally, it's in kilometers per hour, but you can do the conversion from kilometers to miles per hour. Like sometimes you'll see like 40 kilometers per hour, 50 kilometers per hour. On major highways, possibly like 70 kilometers per hour. 60 to 75 kilometers per hour, but these guys are clocking faster than that. They're clocking faster than that, bro. You hear it. You hear it like, and then word on the street too. Word on the street too is that a lot of these guys are trying to. They're trying like. There's I did an interview with another YouTuber. He is a automobile enthusiast, and he was telling me what a lot of people try to do. Um, a lot of guys, he said, have like nitro in their system, and they're trying to like literally fast and furious on these roads. Like they have the nitro, they're trying to clock the speed. One of the most popular cars here in Jamaica is called the Mark X, the Toyota Mark X, and a lot of people like that car. So they try to mod their they try to mod they try to mod their vehicles for it to hit certain limits, and a lot of them try to go hard and heavy. Yeah, 70 KLM is about 40 miles per hour. Yeah, I mean, hey man, that's what I'd be seeing. Let me pull up some conversion though. On some major roads, you're supposed to go like 60, 70. But some people are like, nah, that's too slow for them, and like they just zoom past. So kilometers per hour, KPM to MPH. Wait, KPH to HP. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, just about 40 miles per hour. Some of the major roads is like you're supposed to go like because remember some of these roads here in Jamaica are small, right? So like on certain neighborhoods or so that you're not supposed to be speeding, um, you have to give like the right of way to pedestrians crossing, and then the roads are small and narrow, so that way you don't fly off a hill or a mountain. You know what I'm saying? So it's regulated. Now there are some limits where people go over that. Like, hey, they're going like where you're supposed to do like 50 miles per hour in like America. These guys are usually doing not. I'm not talking about kilometers, but in terms of like you measuring, they said there was a guy. He said people try to hit 200 kilometers per hour, which is about 120 miles per hour in Jamaica. So yeah, dudes have been trying to clock past that, and they said be careful of the roads because they want to test their speed and stuff. So I think Jamaica needs a racetrack, honestly. So let them get the speed out the system. So you would have to be careful on the roads if you rent a car. There are a lot of impatient drivers, so just be careful while you're driving in the streets of Jamaica. and absolutely no motos. Don't do the moto things. You'll see some motos out on the streets that be literally super reckless. Like, yo, you thought Colombia was bad, man? These guys is in and out of traffic, bro. Like, look, man, it's like they're playing Mario Kart on the streets, bro. He's like, yo, I kid you not, these Jamaicans are going in and out, like drifting. Like, yo, you doing this in traffic, bro? What? And then some of them are skilled enough to like snatch purses and all of that while they're doing all the um in and out of traffic. You know what I'm saying? Incoming traffic, or whatever have you. But yeah, what is going on, y'all? If you're just now tuning in, I am Nate from Nate in Your State. Thank you for my super chatters that come into the building. I don't have any surveillance, but I had myself some bigger Jamaican soda is good, and then the next thing that I have is their energy drink that is still in the freezer. But yeah, I have no cervezas. I drink my cervezas, right? This drink is mad. This is solid, right? I ain't giving no free advertisement, but this one, the energy drink that's pretty solid. I've been talking for a while. Yeah, some good stuff. But yeah, man, that is mainly those are like the main things I really had to say. I've been going on for like what, an hour and 45 minutes right now. And those are the major safety concerns that I had to share, and safety things that I've experienced, what I've been going through, what I've been hearing, and things to keep in mind for those that are traveling. Maybe this information is going to help somebody out in the future. I don't know. You know, once again, if you find any value out of this, don't just drop that like. Helps the video out, helps the channel out. It helps other people see it if they find any value out of this information. And yeah, man, as you guys have been engaging in the comments, I really do appreciate that as well. Now, I mean, yo, look, I could open up the floor now, if anybody want to chat about it. But yeah, man, that is main things I had to get off my chest, and I'm glad I was able to talk about it. Three Kings Travel. What type of budget do you need there? Okay. Um, I was thinking about talking about this aspect on like another live stream, but yeah, I can say it. I'm going to do another. I think I'll do another live stream because I actually have I have notes on a different topic, but this I just had a ramble about this one, but I do have notes about this topic in terms of what you said. Let me see. Uh, let me see what I have here. Some of the things I was going to mention, like for a vacation of 2 weeks. Um, so honestly, I've been here for a month, more or less, and I've been handling this on, to be fair, about $900 US. I've been here for a month and I've been chilling. You know what I'm saying? Just about for those that are still here. But I was going to talk about stuff like that. I was going to talk about culture, tradition, food, you know what I'm saying, cuisine, nightlife, you know what I'm saying, things to see, activities, adventures. But if you're staying at a resort for 2 weeks, man, I haven't really thought about it. If you do the Airbnb route, you're definitely going to save a whole lot more money than in a resort. I really can't quote too well, but let's say expect to spend like roughly $200 if I was to be reasonable. Think about $100 a night at a good resort. Think about it, 100 to 200. Then you're looking about like $2,000, not including yeah, 1K for a month. Yeah, yeah. And Jamaica is expensive, bro. Do not, bro. Jamaica is expensive, man. It's expensive. Like certain, let's say, dang, this is why, man, I gotta get into it. So I have a conversion app, right? That gives me the dollar to to pound ratio, right? So $1, right? If y'all can see that, $1 is about 150 Jamaican dollars, right? Most meals, like let's say if you was to get like, let's say if you want fast food, right? Most meals at a fast food restaurant, estimate. This is estimate. I'm not going down or up or whatever have you. If you was to go to a fast food restaurant, let's say Burger King, and you see something on the menu for 15,000 Jamaican dollars, 1,500 Jamaican dollars, excuse me. 1,500 Jamaican dollars is nearly $10 US. And then you will often see things that cost around that range, right? If you go shop with the locals, what the locals eat, you can get a meal for like 340 Jamaican dollars, right? That comes with rice and peas and stuff. And 300, hold on, excuse me, for 700 Jamaican dollars, right? So 700 or 750 Jamaican dollars, you're looking at something, you can find yourself a lunch plate, $4.50 if you really go out on the street. If you was to get like jerk chicken on the road, which they sell it by quarter, it's usually 1,000 Jamaican dollars, which you're looking at, $6. $6.45 adds up if you keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes transportation costs that much. It adds up if you really think about it, getting around place to place. But if you're in a resort, right? If you had a resort, bit my tongue, excuse me. If you had a resort and they're not dealing with Jamaican dollars, you're most likely going to be dealing with American dollars. So if you was to get like a plate of oxtail rice and peas, you're looking at around that range or a little more, like 10 to 15 like American dollars, and it's not like a real healthy plate. You get a Jamaican healthy plate, I think I threw it away. Crap. I was going to show you an example. Yeah, I think I threw it away. But you get yeah, I threw it away. But you get a healthy plate, a serving of food. Yeah, I threw it away. Crap. Yeah. So I went to this spot today. Yeah, I ate where the locals ate, and I spent like nearly $4.89 for food. But it was a healthy plate. It gave me like some macaroni pasta, like a macaroni salad, which I encourage you guys to try Jamaican macaroni salad. Good rice and peas, dressing, pieces of chicken. It cost me that much. Good, filled me up. If you're on a resort, you're probably going to be spending $10 for a plate. I would say stay at a resort that has like an unlimited buffet, and then you'll get your money's worth. But for a 2 week vacation, I would say 200 and like $2,500, give or take. That's including night stay and all of that good stuff. Is what I was thinking. 2,500. Yeah, night stays, food, and other excursions like ATVs or something like that. 2,500, give or take, if you're not really traveling. If you're a budget traveler like me, man, you can do it for a G. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got that YouTube money yet too, so I can't replenish fast enough. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can squeeze it. You can definitely squeeze it. Airbnbs is pretty legit. Like I said, I tried to do the budget Airbnb. I ended up being in the hood, and I was like, nah, we good. I'll spend a little more to get out the hood. But yeah, it is really possible to be like a budget traveler. You know what I'm saying? You would have to take local transportation, eat local food, don't eat out, don't eat at none of the restaurants. Find fruit from the tree because a lot of it's like I said, it's mango season, so you can grab a whole bunch of mango. Bro, mangoes, man, mango season. Eat beef patties. Look, mango season, fam. Mango season. Mango season. I'm finding food as I'm going, bro. This is how I'm living because there's enough mango tree here, and as they keep dropping, like yo, this is free food, man. Yeah, I don't want them to go to waste. Why give it to the worms? I'll eat this. So mango season, right? So there's free food. Look, more mangoes, bro. More mangoes. So there's that, and then like yo, man. Um, but hey, I'm eating the food so I can give you guys a review. So that's why I'm eating like almost everything. But yeah, there's that. There's snacks along the way. But in the resorts, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You wouldn't have to worry about going to the locals. All right, so I haven't really done an in-depth trip to Thailand. Three Kings. You asked, I am going to Thailand in November for 3 weeks. My budget is 3K. What do you think? It really depends where in Thailand you're going, and it also depends on like any festivals. I'm not sure when the New Moon Festival is. So if you're going to, let's say, I think that's Pattaya, but if you're going to Pattaya and it's near it might be New Moon Festival, traveling there might be a little expensive because like resorts, everybody's want to go to that event. But what I believe that going to Thailand, you should be solid, bro, because the street food. I've been looking at the street food alone. The street food in Thailand alone is like you spent like what $2, you get big old plates of food, so you won't have to worry about food. Um, Airbnb and yeah, Bangkok and Pattaya, your money will stretch the furthest in Bangkok, it seems, because that's where Bangkok is where the all the street food is. They have like a Chinatown over there where there's a whole row of street food and everything is under $5. And you can probably, if you're there for 2 weeks, think about it. If you spend under $5, let's say $5 max, 2 weeks, even though the food there is like $2 like minimum. Let's say, all right, you spent $3 minimum for 2 weeks, right? Bro, that's you're only spending like about $52. If I messed my math up, $52 for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, my bad. 27, right? So you're spending practically $63 for food for 3 weeks if you ate there every day. That's considering you eating one meal a day every day. Because it's because the street food in Thailand is freaking cheap. Then you got to think about accommodations, which is not expensive. How much is it per night? I think $10, $15 a night. I would estimate that. You do the math on that. What? 3 weeks, 21 days multiplied by 15. I can't think off the top of my head, but I don't think that's crazy in my head, right? Calculator, right? Yo, that's not so bad. You think about it. You think about it. If I'm spending $15 a day, $315, bro. You have a 3K budget. It depends on what else you're gonna do. Look, you have food and an accommodation. So 13, like $315, right? $315 plus that $52 I said earlier for food, right? Or $63 for food, right? You're already at $378, and that's for 3 weeks. Those are the two things you really need: food and shelter. You have food and shelter, there goes your whole trip. Now you have possibly the rest of your 2K to spend on like entertainment. And that's up to you what you decide to do with your entertainment. I didn't put transportation, but I heard transportation over there is dirt cheap too, right? So let's say $100, or no, that's not even realistic. Let's say $300 for transportation if you was to do that, right? Yo, you had already $678, and you still have $2,000 to play around with. So I'm not sure, bro. Yeah, all right, look, exactly what I'm saying. $168, that's good. And I'm just giving you like a luxury, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying roughly like if you was to spend $600, including those things, right? You'll be all right, right? And I'm just giving you the bare minimum. I said $3 for food. It's even cheaper, but I'm just saying $3 for food. I'm saying $15 for hotels. I just know it's low the ballpark. So I think you'll be solid. I think Thailand is a good spot for anybody that want to do extended trips and want to do a budget. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, absolutely. So I think that's good. Um, Jamaica here is expensive, but you can make it work. You can make anything work, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. $160. All you have to do is buy your plane ticket and $160 for 21 days. Bro, that's solid, bro. That's solid. That's solid. I'm not sure if that's including entertainment, but I didn't include entertainment. Hey, man, if they want to do that, to each their own. My peeps want to spend $800 for 2 weeks in better hotels. I mean, if they want to do that, sure. That's up to you. That's me. I'm budget pack backpacker. So I mean, that sounds like a lot to me. But hey, if they got the means for it and they want to ball out like that, more power to them. But if he can spend $160, bro, man, bro, I would go that route. I'll definitely go that route. $160. I'll go that route. You don't have to worry about food and location. And then there's a lot of free things to do in Thailand too. A lot of free sites are like, yo, yeah, man, that's a no-brainer to me, man. Yeah, bro, if you want a budget, go for it, man. You can go for it, bro. You can definitely do that route. Yo, thanks for coming through, SM. I appreciate it. Appreciate you for coming through the stream, and then thanks for the super chat. Um, yeah, I'm gonna yeah 2 hours in. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream too because I'm a little tired too, and I'm a little loud too. So the neighbors can hear me talk about all this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So 2 hours in is actually pretty good. It's pretty good for me to break out. Yeah, the plane tickets are expensive, but once you get there, bro, it's smooth selling. It's smooth selling. Everything takes care of itself. So if you really want to think about the overall trip is 2,000. If you take that budget you had, that 3K budget, half of it is the airport, the airplane, and transportation to your accommodation, and from that accommodation on, I said smooth selling. Smooth sailing. So yeah. I know in my people's back in New York that is watching right now, it is 12:47 a.m. I completely understand it. You guys are up late, and Three Kings travel. I'm not sure where you at, but thanks for dropping in the stream. It's about to be midnight here in Jamaica. Um, yeah, so that's what I have to say. I'm gonna do another live stream in the future, talk about more accommodations and stuff like that. But yeah, man, this has been a fun stream. Thanks for sitting here listening to my story. You guys on the way out, please don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe. Um, I really would appreciate if you help me get on this map. Yeah, Three Kings. It's late. It's late for you too, bro. It's late for you, bro, and I hope you are all right over there. Cause yeah, man, I heard about the Canadian fire, and I heard that deep smog actually has covered New York, and I'm hearing from my peoples in Philadelphia that they're smelling the smoke too. So, yeah, I hope you good after all of that, man. It be easy. I'm not sure. I don't even know if you guys if you got face mask ain't gonna do nothing. Probably gonna need an oxygen tank. But yeah, man, yo, definitely take it easy over there. I'm not sure how you can avoid the smoke though. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Three Kings, thanks for dropping through. Razor Rays, I'm not sure if he's still here, but thanks for pulling up, dropping that super chat. SM, thank you very much. And those who are watching, wherever it is, I appreciate everything. I appreciate y'all coming through and listening to me talk about, safety concerns, what I experienced while I'm here in Jamaica, right? It's fun. Look, man, I'm having a blast. Even despite the stuff that happened, I'm still having a blast. I'm having fun. Um, got to see Jamaica in a new light. I think this season for episodes is going to be really promising. I have another video coming out this Friday. Stay tuned for that. It's scheduled to release. I think 8 o'clock Jamaica time. I don't know. Algorithm seems a little funny. They said people's online around this time anyway, so I dropped it for this time. Yeah, thanks a lot. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace once again. Oh yeah, my catchphrase, right? Yo, thank you so much for watching this video. Keep eating, keep exploring. I'll get to you guys next time. Peace. Take it easy.